Wild West, where gunfire echoed across the land and the line between hero and outlaw was razor thin. From Wild Bill Hickok, Jesse James, Billy the Kid, to Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Calamity Jane, Buffalo Bill, Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, and the warrior Geronimo, they became immortal icons. This is the journey to uncover the legends of the West with O2 History.
Number 1.
Wild Bill Hickok, born James Butler Hickok, was a legendary gunfighter and lawman of the American West. He worked as a scout, stagecoach guard, and detective before becoming famous for his quick draw and sharpshooting skills. His reputation spread widely thanks to sensational newspaper stories, but his life ended tragically when Jack McCall shot him dead during a poker game in Deadwood while he was holding the infamous dead man's hand.
Number 2.
Billy the Kid, whose real name was Henry McCarty, also known as William H. Bonney, was one of the most notorious outlaws of the Old West. Orphaned at a young age, he quickly turned to crime and rose to fame during the Lincoln County War in New Mexico. Known for his recklessness and speed with a gun, Billy became a terror to lawmen, but his short life ended when Sheriff Pat Garrett shot him at Fort Sumner at the age of just 21.
Number 3.
Jesse James, born in 1847, was one of the most infamous bandits in American history. A former Confederate guerrilla during the Civil War, he later teamed up with his brother Frank James and the James Younger Gang to rob banks, stagecoaches, and trains. He was often celebrated in folklore as a Robin Hood figure, though in reality he rarely shared his loot. His outlaw career came to an abrupt end when he was betrayed and shot dead in his own home by Robert Ford.
Number 4.
Wyatt Earp was a lawman and bounty hunter who became legendary after the famous gunfight at the OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona in 1881. Alongside his brothers and his close friend Doc Holliday, he confronted the outlaw cowboys in a clash that entered Wild West legend. Later in life, Earp worked as a saloon keeper, prospector, and even as a consultant for early Hollywood Western films. Remarkably, he lived a long life compared to most of his peers, passing away at the age of 80 in 1929.
Number 5.
Doc Holliday, born John Henry Holliday, began his career as a dentist, but turned to gambling and gunfighting after contracting tuberculosis. Seeking a drier climate, he moved west, where he became notorious for his deadly skills with a pistol. As a loyal friend of Wyatt Earp, he took part in the OK Corral shootout, cementing his place in Western legend. His fiery temperament and early death at the age of 36 made him one of the most tragic yet iconic figures of the frontier.
Number 6.
Calamity Jane, born Martha Jane Canary, was one of the few women to achieve legendary status in the Wild West. Known for her sharpshooting, horse riding, and fearless spirit, she often dressed in men's clothing and served as a volunteer scout. Folklore frequently linked her romantically with Wild Bill Hickok, though the truth remains uncertain. Her adventurous life gave way to hardship in later years, and she died in poverty and alcoholism in 1903.
Number 7.
Buffalo Bill Cody, born William Frederick Cody, was one of the men most responsible for shaping the image of the Wild West in popular culture. He worked as a messenger, buffalo hunter, and Army scout, earning his nickname after killing thousands of buffalo to feed railroad workers. In 1883, he created Buffalo Bill's Wild West Show, a grand spectacle that reenacted frontier life with cowboys, Native Americans, and sharpshooting acts. Through his show, the spirit of the Wild West captured audiences not only across America, but around the world.
Number 8.
Butch Cassidy, born Robert Leroy Parker, was the charismatic leader of the Wild Bunch Gang, notorious for bold bank and train robberies. Unlike many outlaws, he was known for avoiding unnecessary bloodshed and was admired for his charm. Cassidy often worked alongside Sundance Kid, and together they eluded capture for years before fleeing to South America. Their supposed deaths in Bolivia in 1908 remain surrounded by mystery, with some believing Cassidy may have survived.
Number 9.
Sundance Kid, born Harry Alonzo Longabaugh, was a skilled gunman and loyal partner of Butch Cassidy. As Cassidy's right-hand man, he helped carry out a string of daring robberies that spread fear across the frontier. After fleeing to Argentina, the duo continued their outlaw ways until they were reportedly killed in a shootout with the Bolivian army. Like Cassidy, however, the exact details of his fate are still debated and shrouded in legend.
Number 10.
Geronimo, born Goya Awe, was a fearless leader of the Apache people. After Mexican soldiers killed his family, he vowed revenge and led his people in relentless resistance against both U.S. and Mexican forces to defend their land and freedom. His courage and tactical brilliance made him one of the most formidable Native American leaders of his time. Although he was eventually captured and spent his final years as a prisoner, Geronimo endures as a lasting symbol of resistance and Native pride.